Hey friends, welcome to Gizmofest, and this is the full review of the iPhone XS Max and the iPhone XS. Everything I say is true for both the iPhone XS Max and the iPhone XS except for the display and the battery. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to Gizmofest yet, hit the subscribe button. To the front of the phone we have 6.5 inches AMOLED display and the notch. Up top is also the earpiece. To the right we have the SIM card slot and the power button, which also doubles as the sleep and wake button. To the left we have the volume keys and also the very useful silent switch. To the bottom we have the lightning slot, the microphone grill and the speaker grill. The grills are a little asymmetrical this time around. There is nothing to the top. To the back it has a dual camera setup. I've spoken about the camera in details in my camera comparisons, which you can check by clicking the eye icon. The sides of the phone are made up of stainless steel, which is really premium looking and makes the phone really sturdy. The back and the front of the phone are made up of Gorilla Glass 6, and Apple claims it to be the most durable glass ever on a phone. This design is also water resistant. The phone is rated IP68 for dust and water resistant up to 2 meters for 30 minutes. The previous generation iPhones were criticized for being IP67 rated. The iPhone XS Max is at par with competition in terms of ingress protection. With a bigger display and a bigger battery, the iPhone XS Max is a bit on the heavier side at 208 grams. The call quality on this one is great though. The phone uses Face ID. It is a two-step process. First you have to wake the screen and then you have to swipe up to unlock the phone. In my testing, I found it to be very accurate. It takes about a second to unlock. Although there are times when you wish there was an alternate way to unlock your phone, especially when you are wearing sunglasses. The Face ID just refuses to recognize your face and then you are left with no choice but to enter your PIN. But Apple thinks otherwise. They just refuse to give us the fingerprint scanner, taking away the choice from us. Moving on to the display, it is a second generation AMOLED display made by Samsung or LG. Apple calls it Super Retina display. The display is very color accurate and very bright even in direct sunlight or outdoor environment, and we love the display. The display has a resolution of 1242 by 2688 pixels and a pixel density of 458 pixels per inch. There is a minor annoyance though. Due to the very tall aspect ratio of 19.5:9, you lose some of the real estate while watching videos. You can zoom in, but then the notch comes in the way. There is no way to disable the notch, so you end up losing some of the screen state. In the camera department, Apple has done a huge amount of improvement. Apple now lets you adjust the background blur or bokeh. You can either choose to go to a maximum level or to a minimum level and reduce the background blur altogether. I really like this feature. Some people don't like too much background blur, but some people do, and it's always good to have the options. The camera quality of the iPhone XS Max has really improved over the iPhone X. The Pixel 3 XL is coming out on 1st November and I'll be getting my hands on it and doing a camera comparison. So subscribe to Gizmofest and don't miss it. And as usual, there are studio lighting effects to play around with. Camera samples are in the last part of this video. Internals is where iPhone XS Max takes a huge leap over its Android competitors. The CPU has 6 cores and the GPU has 4 cores. This year's iPhones don't even break a sweat when it comes to performance. Even if you throw graphic intensive games like the Asphalt 9, the phone performs exceptionally well. There are no frame drops, no lagging, no stutter, and the phone does not overheat, although it does get a little warm while playing games, but there's nothing to worry about. The software powering the iPhone XS and XS Max is iOS 12. Things run pretty fast around here, especially because the touch refresh rate is 120Hz, but the display refresh rate is 60Hz only because of the limitations of OLED. iOS 12 is what iOS 11 should have been, because iOS 11 felt always a little incomplete and unpolished, but nevertheless it has been improved and works pretty good. The battery is a 3174 milliamp hour, and in my testing I was getting consistently 1 day to 1.5 day of mixed to heavy usage, which for most users will be pretty good. And I can say that this is the most powerful battery performance. I have been getting up to 6 hours of screen on time and more, using mostly social media, games and calls. These speakers are really loud and rich sounding. Also, the stereo effect is very good. This is something you have to listen to understand. Here are some still camera shots followed by video shots. Enjoy. So guys, recording this from the front camera of the iPhone XS Max, and even the audio is being recorded from the iPhone XS Max's microphone. And this is for the first time that Apple has added stereo recording into their iPhones. Otherwise they used to have mono audio. This is the recording from the rear camera of iPhone XS Max, and we are checking the optical image stabilization. Seems pretty good as of now. Let me walk a little faster. So it's pretty good. Although I did notice some lens flare on the left side of the screen, it is not too bad, but still it's there. All the footage has been recorded at 4K resolution at 30 FPS, although the camera supports recording at 60 FPS also. Let's fire up the secondary camera now. The secondary camera helps in 2S optical zoom, and it also has optical image stabilization, which helps you avoid shaky videos. The phone can also take slow motion videos at 1080p at 240 FPS. During the night also the camera works really well. OIS does a very good job at keeping the video stable, although there is a bit of lens flare which you can observe in the middle of the screen, but again it's not too bad. The front camera in low light does a pretty decent job, although I wish that it could take in a little bit of more light. Because of the f2.2 aperture, the camera takes in a little bit of less light as compared to other competitors. That being said, the subject has been very well focused and exposed, and as well as the background. So guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Gizmofest, and I'll see you in the next one.